Every single night, after the sun sets and the world quiets, each of us embarks on an incredible journey. We close our eyes and enter a private universe, a theater of the mind where the laws of physics are merely suggestions and the narrative is written by an unseen director. These experiences, which we call dreams, are a fundamental part of the human condition. They are lifelike adventures handcrafted by our subconscious, often feeling intensely real in the moment, yet fading like morning mist upon waking. For a significant portion of our lives, roughly 6 years for the average person, we are explorers, heroes, and fugitives in these ephemeral worlds, all without ever leaving our beds. The fascination we hold for dreams is as old as humanity itself. What are these strange stories our brains tell us? Are they random noise from a resting mind, or do they hold profound meaning, revealing our deepest fears, desires, and anxieties? People from all walks of life have pondered these questions, from ancient shamans who saw them as messages from the gods, to modern neuroscientists who see them as a vital function of brain maintenance. The content of our dreams can be both mundane and fantastical, often blending familiar people and places with surreal, illogical, or bizarre twists, creating a tapestry that is uniquely personal yet universally experienced. This nightly cinema is intensely immersive. Unlike watching a movie, we are the stars of the show, experiencing everything from a first-person perspective. The emotions feel genuine, the heart-pounding terror of being chased, the pure elation of flight, the crushing embarrassment of being unprepared for an exam. These powerful feelings can linger long after we awaken, coloring our mood for the day ahead. This intimate and often chaotic nature of dreaming is precisely why it captivates us. It represents a part of our own consciousness that operates beyond our direct control, a hidden realm that science, known as oneirology, is only just beginning to map. As we journey into the world of dreams, we must act as cosmic explorers, using the tools of science and history to navigate this mysterious territory. We will travel through the different stages of sleep, each with its own unique dream landscape. We will examine the recurring themes that appear in the dreams of people across the globe, from falling through empty space to discovering new rooms in our own homes. We will investigate the theories that attempt to explain why we dream, from consolidating memories to rehearsing for threats. Our quest is to unlock the secrets held within these nightly visions and understand their place in our lives. To understand dreams, we must first understand the architecture of sleep itself. Sleep is not a simple state of unconsciousness, a mere switching off of the brain. Instead, it is a highly structured and dynamic process, a complex dance of brain waves and biological functions. Our nightly slumber is composed of a repeating cycle that lasts about 90 to 120 minutes and occurs 4 to 5 times per night. This cycle is broadly divided into 2 main phases: NREM, or non-rapid eye movement sleep, and REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. Each stage plays a distinct role in resting our bodies and minds, and each provides a different canvas for our dreams to unfold. The journey begins with NREM stage 1, the shallowest phase of sleep. This is the delicate transition from wakefulness into slumber, a period lasting only 5 to 10 minutes. Here your muscles begin to relax, and your brain waves slow. If you've ever felt the sudden sensation of falling, followed by a violent jerk that wakes you up, a phenomenon called a hypnic jerk, you have experienced the threshold of stage 1. Dreams in this stage are often fragmented and more like disorganized thoughts than coherent stories. You might see fleeting images or hear faint sounds, what are known as hypnagogic hallucinations, as your conscious mind relinquishes control. From there, you drift deeper into NREM stage 2, where you spend about half of your total sleep time. You are now truly asleep. Your heart rate slows down, your body temperature drops, and your brain produces bursts of rapid rhythmic activity called sleep spindles. These are thought to be involved in processing memories from the day. While dreaming can occur in this stage, the experiences are typically less vivid and more thought-like. Waking someone from stage 2 is more difficult than from stage 1, but they may not even realize they were fully asleep, reporting that they were simply thinking with their eyes closed. The deepest and most restorative phase of sleep is NREM stage 3, also known as slow-wave sleep. During this time, your brain produces slow, powerful delta waves. This is when your body does most of its physical repair work, healing tissues, building bone and muscle, and strengthening the immune system. It is incredibly difficult to wake someone from this stage, and if you do, they will likely feel groggy and disoriented. Dreaming is least common here, and the few dream reports that are collected are typically mundane and lack the emotional intensity or narrative complexity found in other stages of sleep. As we descend into the most active dreaming state, REM sleep, the narratives become rich, bizarre, and emotionally charged. But across cultures and continents, a surprising number of common themes emerge from this nightly chaos. It seems our dreaming minds, for all their creativity, tend to draw from a shared well of human experiences and anxieties. One of the most classic dream themes is falling, a sudden terrifying plummet into an unknown abyss that often jolts us awake just before impact. Another is being chased, an adrenaline-fueled flight from a faceless pursuer, where our legs feel like they are moving through thick mud, preventing our escape. These universal scripts extend into many other areas of our lives. Many people report recurring dreams of being back in school, frantically searching for their locker, or realizing they have a final exam for a class they never attended. This dream isn't about education, it's a manifestation of anxiety about being unprepared or judged. Similarly, dreams of showing up to a public place improperly dressed, or not dressed at all, tap into deep-seated fears of exposure, vulnerability, and social shame. Then, there are the more fantastical themes, like the liberating sensation of flying, soaring effortlessly over landscapes, or the intriguing discovery of new, hidden rooms within your own familiar house. The emotional tone of our dreams also shows consistent patterns. Extensive research, including foundational work by psychologist Calvin S. Hall, has revealed that dreams are more frequently negative than positive. Anxiety is the single most common emotion experienced in the dream world, followed by fear, anger, and sadness. This might seem disheartening, but it points toward a potential function of dreaming, to confront and process difficult emotions in a safe, simulated environment. The joy we feel in dreams, while less frequent, can be incredibly profound, leaving a lasting sense of peace and happiness upon waking. The structure of these dream narratives is also peculiar. They rarely have a clear beginning, instead, dropping us directly into the middle of the action, in media res, as storytellers would say. We find ourselves already running, already in the middle of a conversation, or already on a strange journey. Furthermore, dreams often end abruptly at the moment of highest tension or climax, denying us a sense of resolution. This lack of a neat conclusion might be frustrating, but it reflects the chaotic associative nature of the dreaming brain, which prioritizes emotional experience over a coherent plot. Long before science had the tools to peer into the sleeping brain, humanity turned to spirituality and philosophy to interpret the nightly visions that visited them. In many ancient civilizations, dreams were not seen as products of the mind, but as powerful messages from an external source. The Sumerians, one of the earliest literate cultures, kept detailed dream records on clay tablets over 5,000 years ago, believing that dreams were communications from their gods. Similarly, the ancient Egyptians viewed dreams as a sacred channel, a way for the divine to offer warnings, guidance, or prophecies about the future. They even had specialized dream interpreters to decipher these celestial messages. This belief in the prophetic power of dreams was widespread throughout the classical world. In ancient Greece, people seeking healing or divine insight would travel to sleep in special temples dedicated to Asclepius, the god of medicine, hoping for a therapeutic or revelatory dream. The Greeks and Romans produced extensive literature on dream interpretation, with figures like Artemidorus writing entire books that served as dream dictionaries, linking specific dream symbols to future events. The Bible and other religious texts are also filled with stories where dreams play a pivotal role, foretelling famines, dynasties, and divine interventions, cementing their status as a conduit to a higher reality. This perspective of dreams as a window to another world was not limited to Western traditions. Many indigenous cultures around the globe have long held beliefs that the dream world is a parallel reality that the soul visits during sleep. In these traditions, dreams are a space for communicating with ancestors, receiving spiritual guidance, or gaining knowledge that is inaccessible in the waking world. Shamans and spiritual leaders are often tasked with navigating this dream space to bring back wisdom or healing for their community, treating the dream experience with the utmost seriousness and respect. Even as scientific thought began to take hold during the Enlightenment, the mystique of dreams persisted. The idea that these nightly narratives held hidden truths continued to capture the popular imagination. They were seen as reflections of one's moral character, portents of fortune or doom, or sparks of creative genius. This rich history of cultural interpretation provides a crucial context for our modern understanding. It reminds us that for millennia, dreams were not just a biological curiosity but a central part of the human experience, shaping beliefs, art, and the very course of history itself. As the 20th century dawned, the interpretation of dreams took a dramatic turn, moving from the realm of the divine to the landscape of the inner self. The pioneer of this new frontier was Sigmund Freud, whose seminal 1900 book, The Interpretation of Dreams, revolutionized the way we think about our minds. Freud proposed that dreams are a form of wish fulfillment, a secret language used by our unconscious to express desires, particularly those that are repressed or, socially unacceptable. He believed these desires were just too disturbing to face directly, so the mind disguises them in symbolic form, allowing us to satisfy them without waking up. According to Freud's model, every dream has two layers of content. The first is the manifest content, the actual storyline of the dream, such as flying over a city or being late for a train. This is the part we remember. But beneath this surface lies the latent content, the hidden symbolic meaning of the dream, which represents the repressed wish. For Freud, the work of a psychoanalyst was to act as a detective, decoding these symbols to uncover the patient's deep-seated conflicts and neuroses. A dream, about a key fitting into a lock for instance, might be interpreted as a symbol for sexual desire. One of Freud's most brilliant students, Carl Jung, eventually broke away to develop his own distinct theory of dreams. While Jung agreed that dreams were a communication from the unconscious, he disagreed that they were merely a disguise for repressed wishes. Instead, he saw dreams as a direct, honest, and natural expression of the psyche, attempting to restore psychological balance and promote personal growth. For Jung, dreams were not trying to hide things. They were trying to reveal them, offering guidance and compensating for imbalances in our conscious attitudes. They were a tool for self-discovery. Jung also introduced the powerful concept of the collective unconscious, a layer of the psyche shared by all of humanity, containing universal patterns and images he called archetypes. These archetypes, such as the wise old man, the great mother, the shadow and the hero, appear in myths, legends, and religions across the world, and they also populate our dreams. When you dream of a wise, guiding figure, Jung would argue you are encountering the wise old man archetype from this collective wellspring. For Jung, dreams were a vital bridge, connecting our personal ego to this vast, ancient, and shared human heritage. As psychology evolved, so too did the tools available to study the brain. With the advent of technologies like the electroencephalogram, or EEG, scientists could observe brain activity during sleep, ushering in a new era of dream research grounded in neuroscience. One of the earliest and most influential modern theories is the activation synthesis hypothesis, proposed by J. Allen Hobson and Robert McCarley back in the 1970s. They suggested that dreams are not born from psychological meaning but from random biological processes. During REM sleep, the brainstem sends chaotic electrical signals, or activations, to the forebrain. The dream is simply the forebrain's attempt to synthesize these random signals into a coherent story. This theory, honestly, relegated dreams to the status of a biological byproduct, a mere side effect of the sleeping brain's maintenance cycle. However, subsequent research has painted a more nuanced picture. Many scientists now believe that dreaming plays a crucial role in memory consolidation. Throughout the day, we are bombarded with information and experiences. Sleep, and particularly the dreaming that occurs within it, appears to be the brain's process for sorting through this data. It decides which memories to keep, which to discard, and how to integrate new information with existing knowledge, strengthening the neural pathways that form our long-term memories. Another compelling modern theory is the threat simulation theory, proposed by philosopher Antti Revonsuo. This hypothesis posits that dreaming is a biological defense mechanism that evolved to help our ancestors survive. The dream world acts as a virtual reality simulator where we can safely rehearse our responses to threatening situations, being attacked, falling from a height, or getting lost. This could explain why so many dreams are negative and anxiety-provoking. By repeatedly practicing escape and avoidance strategies in our sleep, we become better prepared to face real-world dangers, increasing our chances of survival and reproduction. More recently, many researchers have focused on the role of dreams in emotional regulation. This idea suggests that dreams provide a safe space to process intense emotions from our day. During REM sleep, the brain's emotional centers are highly active, while stress-related neurochemicals are suppressed. This unique chemical environment may allow us to reprocess troubling or traumatic memories in a less stressful context, stripping them of their emotional charge and integrating them into our life story. In this view, dreaming acts as a form of overnight therapy, helping us wake up with a clearer head and a more balanced emotional state. For most of us, the nightly theater of dreams is a private show, confined to the mind while the body lies still. This paralysis, known as rematonia, is a crucial safety feature. The brainstem sends signals that inhibit motor neurons, preventing us from physically acting out our dreams. But sometimes, this system glitches. The boundary between the sleeping mind and the waking body can blur, leading to a category of strange and often frightening experiences known as parasomnias. These are not dream disorders, but sleep disorders that can occur alongside dreaming, when the brain gets stuck between states. One of the most well-known parasomnias is sleepwalking, or somnambulism. Contrary to popular belief, sleepwalking does not happen during the vivid dreaming of REM sleep. Instead, it occurs during the deep, non-dreaming phase of NREM stage 3. The sleepwalker is caught in a hybrid state. Part of their brain is asleep, while the part controlling motor function is awake. They can perform complex behaviors like walking, eating, or even leaving the house, all while being completely unconscious and having no memory of the event upon waking. It is a myth that you shouldn't wake a sleepwalker. It is far more dangerous to let them continue and potentially injure themselves. A more terrifying NREM stage 3 event is the night terror. Unlike a nightmare, which is a frightening dream that you remember, a night terror is an episode of intense, primal fear. A person experiencing a night terror may suddenly sit bolt upright, scream, thrash around, and appear to be in a state of absolute panic, with a racing heart and wide eyes. Yet they are not truly awake and are not responding to their environment. They are not acting out a dream, and in the morning, they typically have no recollection of the event, or at most, a vague feeling of dread. It's an experience far more frightening for the observer than for the sleeper. Perhaps the most surreal parasomnia is sleep paralysis. This occurs when the brain makes a clumsy transition into or out of REM sleep. Your mind becomes conscious and aware of your surroundings, but the rematonia, the bodily paralysis, is still in effect. You are awake, but unable to move or speak. This experience is often accompanied by a crushing pressure on the chest and terrifying hallucinations of a menacing presence or intruder in the room. This demon in the bedroom has been documented across cultures for centuries and is a direct consequence of a dreaming brain bleeding into a waking consciousness. In the vast and unpredictable landscape of the dream world, we are typically passive observers, carried along by the whims of our subconscious. We accept the most bizarre scenarios, flying pigs, talking teacups, melting clocks, without question. But what if you could become aware that you are dreaming while the dream is happening? This remarkable state of consciousness is known as lucid dreaming. It is the moment of realization, the spark of insight within the dream state that tells you, this isn't real. I am asleep. For those who experience it, the dream transforms from a passive movie into an interactive virtual world. The experience of lucidity can range from simply being a passive observer, knowingly watching the dream unfold, to gaining full control over the dream's narrative and environment. A lucid dreamer might decide to confront the monster that is chasing them, transform it into something harmless, or simply ask it why it's there. They can choose to fly, to walk through walls, or to conjure objects and people out of thin air. This ability turns the dreamscape into an ultimate playground for exploration and creativity, a space where the only limit is the dreamer's own imagination. It offers a unique opportunity to interact directly with the contents of one's own mind. For decades, lucid dreaming was dismissed by many in the scientific community as a fringe phenomenon or a misremembered fantasy. But in the late 1970s and early 1980s, researchers like Stephen LaBerge at Stanford University devised clever experiments to prove its existence. They instructed experienced lucid dreamers to signal their lucidity from within the dream world. While their bodies were paralyzed in REM sleep, they could still control their eye movements. By performing a prearranged sequence of eye movement, such as looking left, right, they could send a verifiable signal to the researchers in the waking world, proving they were consciously aware within the REM state. This scientific validation has opened up a universe of possibilities for research and therapeutic applications. Lucid dreaming is now being explored as a potential tool for overcoming recurring nightmares, allowing the dreamer to take control of the frightening narrative and achieve a resolution. It is also being investigated as a means to enhance motor skills through mental practice, to foster creative problem-solving, and to provide a unique platform for exploring consciousness itself. Lucid dreaming demonstrates that the boundary between conscious and unconscious is not a solid wall, but a permeable membrane we can learn to navigate. Our journey through the world of dreams has taken us from the hidden chambers of the sleeping brain to the ancient temples of Greece, from the psychiatrist's couch to the modern sleep laboratory. We know that dreams are primarily born in the chaotic, high-energy state of REM sleep, when our logical prefrontal cortex takes a back seat and our emotional centers run wild. We know that our bodies are wisely paralyzed to prevent us from acting out these nightly dramas. We have cataloged the common themes of falling, flying, and failing that populate the dreams of people everywhere, revealing a shared landscape of human anxiety and aspiration. We have a host of compelling theories that attempt to explain why we dream. Perhaps, dreams are the mind's way of consolidating memories, acting as a librarian that sorts, files, and discards the day's information. Perhaps they are an evolutionary flight simulator, allowing us to practice for life-threatening situations in a safe environment. Or maybe they serve as a form of emotional therapy, helping us process difficult feelings and wake up with a clean slate. The truth may be that dreams are not for just one purpose, but for all of these things at once. A multi-tool of the mind that serves many functions simultaneously. Yet for all that we have learned, the dream world remains one of the great final frontiers of neuroscience. We still do not have a single, unified theory of dreaming that satisfies everyone. Why do some dreams feel so profoundly meaningful while others are utterly nonsensical? What is the precise mechanism by which a random firing of neurons can produce a complex, emotional narrative? And what of precognitive dreams, the widely reported experiences of dreaming of an event before it happens? Are they mere coincidence and confirmation bias, or do they hint at capabilities of the mind we have yet to understand? The mystery of dreams is, in many ways, the mystery of consciousness itself. They are a nightly reminder that there is more to our minds than our waking awareness can grasp. They are a private cosmos within each of us, filled with strange new worlds, unresolved stories, and hidden truths. As our tools for exploring the brain become ever more sophisticated, we will undoubtedly peel back more layers of this enigma. But the deep personal and ineffable nature of the dream experience ensures that it will continue to fascinate, inspire, and mystify us for generations to come, inviting us always to wonder about the universe within.